All right, we're gonna try this shit again, man. I don't know why. Like, it'll say it's crashing or whatever. I don't know what the deal is, man. If it does it again, I'm just gonna get the hell. Just gonna call it a night. I don't know why it would do that. I'm not even on my other laptop. I'm just gonna wait till everybody gets in and some important things to cover in this video. Nah. Well, like I said, this should not be crashing. I shouldn't have any issues with this one. All right, let me go and look down here real quick. All right, yeah, the GOAT is back. Appreciate that, man. Stephen the Great is back. I am the GOAT. I am the GOAT, and I deserve to be the GOAT. I just got off of work, too, at Walmart, so now I'm back at the house, but I got a special announcement to make. As you guys can tell by the title of this video, it's no secret that I am going back to Arizona. Hey, Spider, where's your new job at, bro? Where's your new job at, man? Tell me about that. You said you got off your new job. Tell me about it. You like it? What is it? Hey, Brittany, what's going on? Living a balanced life in Texas. Thumbs down because Halloween stuff is still up. I know. I'm in a line cooking sawgrass. It's harsh. Oh, shit. You work in the restaurant industry. I used to work at Buffalo Wild Wings, so I know what you mean. I used to do expos. I used to do waitering. I used to take calls. I used to do hostess where we had to sit people at their seats. And it's a kick in the ass job, man. Sometimes I even had to help cook back there. I had to help cook the wings and stuff. So it's not an easy job. But anyways, I see we only got 2 people in the chat room, but yeah, I'm going back to the desert. I'm going back to my home state, but it's not permanent. I'm just gonna be there next year, and I'm going to meet Cattle Dog, and I already met Pistol and 213 in 2015 when I went back to Arizona. But I'm going to be staying with him and staying with Cattle Dog while I'm down there. Brittany knows Cattle Dog. I think Spider does too, if I'm correct. If you guys don't, let me know. But I think Brittany does because we've done picks together on pick videos. She knows who he is. But anyways, yeah, I'm going to Arizona next year, and it's going to be for 2 weeks. And anyway, Brittany threw me off with the damn cocoa kits. I'm going to be there for 2 weeks. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a week off and use my PTO, which is called pay time off, which is like vacation time. And for every week, every like 40 hours you work, you get like an hour and a half of vacation. So I think by next year in the summer, I'll probably accumulate like 50 hours of overtime. And yeah, it's going to be for 2 weeks, Brittany. And anyways, I'm going to use my PTO. So whatever I don't use, whatever, like, let's say, I use 50, 60 hours that I accumulate, then whatever the days I can't cover, it'll just be off days. And I had already talked to the managers about it, that I was already planning on doing this. And they were like, okay, we'll just, give us more of a direct thing. Try to give us like 3-month notice and stuff. So that way, we can. And I said, oh, yeah, but I'm definitely going to give you guys like 3 or 4 months in advance. Like, you guys are probably going to know 3 or 4 months in advance. So, well, right now it says there's only 2 people on. So I don't know exactly what that means. But now there's only 1 person on. Ooh, boo. You guys suck. Boo. Yeah, but I'm going to the desert, and I'm going to be going on hiking trails. There's some nice waterfall areas, one called Fossil Creek that Cattle Dog keeps telling me about. And I'm going to be down there in Arizona. I'm going back, and I'll be in Phoenix. I'm going to be filming the whole entire trip, and I will be posting it on YouTube. So you guys will be able to see every day. Like Cattle Dog already said, I can stay at his place. So that literally saves me hotel money, bro. I don't have to pay $50 a night, because that adds up, $50-$60 a night. Yeah, I'm going to be doing videos every day, and I'm going to be vlogging. I'm going to be hiking in the canyon area, and stuff like that. And there's a lot of beautiful places to go down there. So I'm looking very forward. I'm looking very forward to this. I really, really, really want to be. I really want to go back to Arizona. I had fun in 2015, and I want to go back in 2021. I'm going to go to Yuma, go to the Yuma historical videos, and Yuma historical prison. It's like an old 18th century prison. Type it in Yuma historical prison, Brittany. Type it in. You'll like it. Yeah, Spider, it is. It gets real hot. Like I was there from June 1st to June 12th. I mean, July 1st to July 12th, 2015, and it was like 110 degrees outside. Bring back a souvenir. Oh yeah. I'm gonna bring you something, Brittany. I'll bring you like some sauce from the Yuma historical prison. I'll bring you some like little like stuff they sell there, like antiques, like coffee, like mugs and stuff like that. So and it'll actually show you like where they did the public hang-ins, they did the electric chair and all that. They actually still have all that stuff intact. So it's really cool. And when me and John Alves went, actually recorded that, and that's on my YouTube channel, but it's in my 2015 archives. So you would have to look up in July of 2015. You'll see my whole Arizona road trip on there. You guys will love it. But this time I'm going to record more. I'm going to be posting more videos than that. So I'm looking very forward to going back to Arizona. Oh, yes, Brittany. It is, especially when you go past Tucson. You go through Tucson to get to Phoenix. It is so much fun. And like they when I was in Paradise Valley, I was in the Monte Lucia, which is in like the rich part of Phoenix, and they treat you like first class, royal class. And like John Alves got the best deals on hotels down there. Like he got it in the summer deal like 3 months in advance, and we paid like $50 a night, and we stayed in like a 5-star hotel. It was sick. We were there for like 4 days. And then, we went to LA, went to San Diego, we went to Vegas and gambled. I got the whole trip on my 2015 archives. You got to go all the way back, but Brittany, you'll see that if you go all the way back to 2015 in July 1st through the 12th, you'll see a lot of those videos. It was so much fun. San Diego was beautiful. It was fun. Went to the Coronado Bay. I went to go see USS Wilson, which is one of 4 battleships they got there. And I had an opportunity to see that and take pictures. I had a lot of fun. Anyways, yeah, I'll be back in the desert. I'm thinking sometime around probably summer of next year, but it's already in the works. I must have missed those when I was doing the playlist. Yeah, go to 2015 in July. You'll see all the videos there from July 1st through the 12th. You'll see all the vacation videos. I think I uploaded like 4 or 5 or 6 of them. Some are up to 30 minutes to an hour. So yeah, you can go see it. I had a wonderful time. I even got Yuma Historical Prison on there too. So you'll see that. So you'll be binge watching that shit all day, but I'm going back to that. And it was fun. I met Pistol in the 213. That video's on there too. I'll be meeting him again. Good friend of mine. I'll also be meeting little kid and didn't know I probably want to go back. Some Spider, you got to go back. And this time I'm taking advantage of it. I'm actually going hiking. And in the Grand Canyon, which is 3.5 hour from Phoenix, you can ride the donkeys for $150, and you get to stay 2 nights in the actual Indian reservation down there that's owned by the Apaches, because the Apaches own like most of the land down there. They're like the Aztecs of Mexico. They like own they own like half of Arizona, dude. It's sick. But they got reservations everywhere. They got like their own malls, their own police department. They call it the tribal police. And they got like their own way of life. It's like their own society. It's separate from the United States. It's so cool. But you can ride the donkeys down there for $150, and you get to stay down there for a couple nights. Cattle Dog told me. So you get to ride a donkey. So I thought about it. I'm like, wow, okay, I don't mind riding a donkey. That sounds kind of fun, And you ride down like the little, canyon, and it takes you into the reservation. And a lot of these places, like Brittany and Spider, if you type in Fossil Creek on Google, you'll see how beautiful the waterfall is and the hike there. It's got like a 5-mile hike. And you have to pay to be in that reservation, like which is like $10. You go to like a little like it's like a hunting and fishing store basically. You get your license, you pay $10, and you get to go there whenever you want. So I thought that was pretty cool, like pretty fascinating, you know. Well, you guys got to go. And also in Arizona, they have the highest elevation, second highest elevation in the world, at a mountain. It's called I actually typed it in real quick. Hold on, let me tell y'all about it. Let me show y'all or tell y'all. And you type this in, okay? It's called no, wait, hold on. Maps. I was on maps the last time. Give me a minute. 1 second, okay, guys? Hold on. Okay, it's called wait. Well, it's basically in Flagstaff, and he should. It's called like the Humphrey. Let me type it in. Hold on, let me type it in, guys. I'll type it in for y'all. Give me 1 second, okay? Humphrey Summit Trail, and it's like a 5 mile hike. Oh no, it's if you type it in called Humphreys Peak or Humphrey Summit Trail, and it literally takes you. There's like a little like strip that it takes you down, and it's like 5 miles. And the elevation is the second highest elevation in the world behind the one in Alaska. It takes you up in the air. So anytime you get 7,000, 8,000 feet in the air gets real thin. So it's really hard to breathe. But the elevation gets up to 12,000, I think 793 feet. It's called Humphrey Summit Trail. And I remember this as a kid when I used to live there. And like nobody dares to go maybe 5,000 feet elevation, but they will not go 12,000 feet because the air gets really hard to breathe because the air gets thinner as you travel up in the sky. But a lot of hikers do it because they like the challenge. And just type it in on Google, Brittany, and take a look. It's called Humphreys Peak or Humphreys Trail. And it's the second highest elevation. It's just north of Flagstaff, like an hour north of Flagstaff. But it's about a 5 mile hike, and you're actually traveling up and up and up. And of course, the highest peak is the one in Alaska. It's in like northern Anchorage, like north of Anchorage, and it's like 20,000 feet elevation, and people hike it. And it's the highest elevation peak in the world. It's pretty cool. And a lot of hikers and stuff like that. So I'm actually considering traveling Humphreys Summit Trail. I'm actually considering it. I'm going to take some advice from other people who've hiked it and see if there's a way that I can do it that, is safe, of course, stuff like that, and go from there, Yeah, so I'm going back to Arizona. So I'll be there for 2 weeks. It'll be fun, and I can't wait. I'm so excited, and I just can't hide it. Who wants to go to Humphreys Peak with me? Come on. Come on. Who wants to go? Come on. Come on. Who wants to go with me? Ah, damn it. None of you guys are just no fun. You're no fun at all. It's just you're no fun. And I'm going hiking on Monday, and people can't keep up with me when I go hiking. So therefore, I'm gonna go hiking by myself. Yeah, I wish I could go. Yeah, Spider Man, I would love to take you, man. You can come for 2 weeks with me, bro, and we're gonna be with Cattle Dog and everything. Hey, what's up, Chris? Yeah, I was just telling everybody, man, I'm gonna be in Arizona, bro, next year. Be there for 2 weeks, bro. Use my vacation time, and then I'm just gonna take like an extra week off from Walmart. So I can't wait, man. Anyways, yeah, the damn McFay security keeps coming on. Pretty, but I couldn't do it. You ever coming to Florida, Chris? I went to Florida like when I was a kid. Oh God, I had so much fun. I was in Fort Lauderdale. Never forget. I was there for like 4 days. Brittany has no stamina. She just can't do anything. Can't do nothing. We call her Brittany can't do right. Yeah, I do plan on going to Florida, man. I think you stay in Tampa Bay. See, in the Florida I was in Tallahassee, Pensacola, Jacksonville, took I-95 South through Daytona, and then I was in Fort Lauderdale. I was like literally right across from Miami, and it sucked because I wanted to go to the Florida Keys, or what they call Key West, whichever you want to call it, because they have like a National Aqua Museum that I wanted to see on the last island at the end, because I think there's like 4 or 5 islands, and there's like a bunch of mini ones. But we ended up not going, and kind of like that was like my whole trip right there, because that's what I wanted to do when I was in Florida. Keys West is beautiful. Yes, it is. Yes. Brittany's lived everywhere. She's from everywhere. She just copies off of everything I say. Damn it, everything I say, Brittany, you say everything. Nah, but Chris, I'm just kidding, Brittany. But anyways, Chris, I bet it's expensive though. It must be expensive to live in the Florida Keys though. So I bet it's kind of, would it be expensive? Is it like Hawaii where it's a little bit more affordable, or I'll let y'all answer that. About 1,800 for a studio. What about a regular apartment, like a 1-bedroom or something? 23. God, it's pushing it. But I mean, it could be affordable, but you would have to have at least 2 people working. Or probably 3, and someone takes the couch, you know? All right, that's cool, Sports Live. You can have your picks in the morning. Yeah, but I'm going back to Arizona, dude. I love it. I love fucking Arizona, dude. I want to go back. And now I can actually make plans. Dude, I'm going hiking. I'm doing canyon hikes. I'm doing forest hikes. I'm doing lake, waterfall hikes, all of it. You pay $1,000 a month in rent, Sports Live? Where, in Atlanta? That's not bad. Hey, Sports Live, y'all still have Clint Capella? Because if we trade you James Harden and you give us Clint and a bunch of first-round draft picks and a couple other guys, you think y'all can work with us? Because I think they're going to end up trading James Harden, bro. I see it coming. I love the nature walks and rock climbing. Yes, we do. He played last night. How did he do? I've been in Dallas in 2013, but never been to Houston. Dallas is sort of like the closest thing to Hollywood in the state of Texas. Austin is a college city. Houston's just flat out boring, and San Antonio is a place to retire. Well, if James Harden goes, we want Clint Capella back. I definitely want Capella back. That has to be part of the trade deal, and I also want some draft picks too. I think that would be a reasonable work, because the Rockets looked good yesterday, bro. I saw the game. I know it's the Bulls, and we play them again tomorrow. So everyone's going to say, well, y'all just play the Bulls. What do you expect? I'm like, dude, did you see John Wall and DeMarcus Cousins work together? Like, I think John Wall could have had a quadruple double. He had like 9 rebounds, or it was like 8 rebounds, 9 assists, like 3 steals, and like 13 points. I mean, the dude was on fucking fire last night, dude. And I just watched the highlights, and then that's not including Cousins. Cousins got in the mix too. I think he had like 15 points, didn't he? Yeah, man. The Rockets the Rockets got a no-name guy too. He's got a weird name like Capolco or something. And that dude was balling. I'm like, ooh, okay. I like this lineup. Gallinari and Bogdan. Oh, Bogdan. Yeah, that's what's up, man. But, like I said, again, the NBA is already rigged. It's already fixed. And the Lakers are going to win this year. No matter what happens, everything with the Rockets, Hawks, Kings, and all that. Any little win we get is just side chatter. But when it comes down to like July, I guess that's when they're going to determine the NBA champ. Lakers are going to win. I think the Hawks can, and I think the Rockets should. I want Clint Capella back, and I want some draft picks. I know the Hawks got a lot of future first round draft picks. I'm thinking, okay, maybe we might work something in the mix here with the Rockets after all. We give you James Harden, and in return, you give us Clint and a bunch of first rounders, probably about 3, and then maybe another guy, another wingman, another guy. I think we can make something work. Any team with LeBron or healthy Golden State will win. I'm just happy the Hawks will be much better. Yeah, I agree. And honestly, I hope somebody beats the Lakers, but I just don't see it happen. And after all the players they acquired and stuff, and all the behind the scenes that LeBron does with the politics he plays and the GMing and stuff he does, like I already said, the dude is brilliant. He's a brilliant mastermind at what he does. But let's just be honest, the guy cheats too. Like he'll bend every rule in the NBA and make it look like hogwash just to bring players here. Why would the Rockets want to get rid of Harden? Oh, because do you hate the Godzilla 2014 movie? Hell yeah, that movie was trash. My review's still up there, and I saw some guys rip me on Sci-Fi years back. But anyways, what was I gonna say? About James Harden, he doesn't want to play here no more. And you can tell the dude doesn't want to be here no more. And honestly, I kind of don't blame him. This is his 3rd head coach or 4th head coach. And he's like, what's the point? I don't have Chris Paul. I don't have Dwight Howard. I don't have like any big names. You sign Cousins, who's injury prone. Wall, the same thing. If I'm James Harden, I'm not getting a ring with those guys. So I don't blame the man for not wanting to be here. I don't blame him. The 100 is hella awesome. Yeah, I like the 100. Yeah, that's pretty good. I just purchased a TV console electronic fireplace. Oh, that's bad. That's badass, bro. But let me explain how like LeBron James is still doing his bullshit that he's doing. And let me explain to you why like the NBA is basically promoting him as John Cena. I mean, I hate to use a wrestling because I don't even watch WWE no more, but they're basically trying to make him like the modern day John Cena, and that's what they're doing now. I understand why, because what they're going to do is they're going to say, oh, okay, well, you've been to this many finals. You've only acquired 4 championships. So that doesn't look good for our league. And you're chasing Jordan's shadow, and we don't see you playing in your 40s, so you got to get these rings now. So they're going to do whatever they got to do to help LeBron James get the rings. And, the way LeBron James does it, I don't like his politics he does. But the thing is here's how you could tell the NBA is rigged. And this actually reinforces what I was saying on my last live stream, okay? Here's the thing, man, with this guy. LeBron James, all right, Anthony Davis, right? He opts out of his 1 year left, right? Because, of course, he's going to get the mega contract, right, or the mega deal. He says, I ain't signing no 5-year deal with the Lakers. I ain't signing no 5 years. He verbatim said that I'm not signing no long-term deal by myself. So all of a sudden, miraculously, LeBron James signs a 2-year extension. Just miraculously, it said, breaking news, LeBron James signs a 2-year deal. And then Anthony Davis followed and said, oh, well, now I can sign long-term. So he signs the 5-year max. LeBron gets a 2-year extension, which now he's got 4 years with the Lakers. So that means Anthony Davis and LeBron will be playing for at least the next 4 years together. And that's not even including if LeBron signs another extension in, let's say, the next year or so. So you can tell that based on that fix that it was already in the works behind the scenes. There's no way you have Anthony Davis in the locker room by himself or in the meeting with his agent, and you're like, oh, yeah, you want to sign this 5-year deal? And he says no, and LeBron James ain't sitting right next to him saying, well, what if I signed a 2-year extension? Would you then sign it? Oh, okay, so then that means both of you guys are negotiating then. So this is bullshit, dude. It's complete bullshit. The writing is on the wall. That this is what LeBron James does. He acts as the GM and the owner, and he manipulates shit, man. And it's just bullshit because every other team in the league can't do that. He's like the only guy that can do that, literally, that can do shit like that. And it's just when he manipulates behind the scenes like that, it just that's like one of the things I don't like about LeBron, but I do respect the way he plays, and I do respect his GM and to a certain degree. It's just he's not on my team, so it doesn't benefit me. And then he's not on the other 28 NBA teams, it doesn't benefit them. Thoughts on the Rockets and Heat have an interest in Harden trade? Oh, yeah, the Harden for Hero, including in the package. Bye-bye, sports. Texans are playing the Bears. Yeah, I'm going to get to that in a minute, Brittany. I got to go. Good luck to your Texans Sunday. I can't stand LeBron. Yeah, Sports Live, I can't stand him either. I can't stand him. As far as the Texans and Bears go, I don't have any expectations for that game. I just hope we win. And if we don't win, oh, well, it is what it is. Deshaun Watson fumbled the ball last week. That was clearly his fault on that snap. We should have beaten the Colts. The Colts, you got off lucky. But for the Titans fans and Colts fans that are out there, in case you're listening, you have to win a Super Bowl for all this to mean something. So you can talk all the shit you want about winning the AFC South, but until you actually win a Super Bowl, well, the Colts won 1 and the Titans got 0 like us. But unless you actually win the Super Bowl this year, like you beating us means nothing. Like, and I hate to say that, it's for all 32 teams. No matter what you do, if you don't win a Super Bowl, the season means nothing because we're in a win now league. So you beat us, okay? Deshaun Watson fumbled, blah blah blah. I hear that from Colt fans. You know, in the comments, they're like, "Oh, look, you fumbled the ball." I'm like, okay, but you have to win the Super Bowl for this game to mean something. If you don't win the Super Bowl and you're just a one and done, which you will be in the playoffs, you will be a one and done unless you face the Titans and one of y'all will move on. But the other one will lose. The Titans, I hate to say this, you guys are overrated too. You guys are a joke. You lost to the Browns. I mean, it's not personal. I'm not saying the Browns are a good team, but dude, you allowed that Browns team to score 41 points on you. They only scored 17 on us. Okay, they scored 17 points on us. Okay, you allowed that team to score 41 on you? Nah, dude. In your own house, nah, man. And you want to pass your stuff off as like a legitimate threat in the AFC? No way, no, sir. Kansas City is the front runner that's going to win the whole thing. I hate to say it, but I don't see anybody beating them in the playoffs. They'll get the number 1 seed. They'll lock up the bye. Pittsburgh will play down to their competition. Well, they're going to lose to the Bills tomorrow, and that's just going to pull them further down, and then it's going to open Pandora's box for them to possibly lose the division to Cleveland. It could come down in Week 17. Brittany says she struggled on some of her picks. Bears are free falling. Yeah, I know Bears are free falling, but to be honest with you, like whether the Texans win tomorrow or not, it don't really matter anymore to me. Like we're 4-8, we're mathematically out. Maybe we can get another win or two, but other than that, I'm just excited for football, regardless of what happens to Texans' predicament. I think after the Bears game, what the Texans should do is they should just start deactivating players. I think after this game, there's really no reason. You got 3 games after that. I would let J.J. Watt just sit out for the remainder of the season after tomorrow's game. I would probably even consider deactivating Deshaun Watson. That would be a possibility, or I would limit his role in the offense because at this point, it really doesn't matter at this point what happens. And, like, I'm all about preserving our guys at this point. So I'm not tanking, but I'm definitely not risking putting my guys out there to go 8-8 to miss the playoffs anyway. So I'm just thinking to myself, okay, if we lose tomorrow, I'm just going to start deactivating guys. But if we win, I'll just limit their roles. That makes sense? About to head out of here. Want to drop in and say, hey, that's what's up, Chris. I appreciate it. Yeah, Brandon Rodgers, I think Buffalo's going to win. I think Pittsburgh is due for a loss, and I hate to say it, but I think Pittsburgh should have won last week against the Redskins, the football team, because now they open up Pandora's box to lose the division. See, if they would have won last week, they could lose this game tomorrow and it wouldn't mean anything because they would still have a 2-game lead on the Browns. But now if they lose, it's like a must-win. Steelers actually have to win tomorrow because if they don't, now they're just down by 1 game to the Browns. And then that last Week 17 game, they actually have to play their starters and all that. They could lose the division and drop to 5. And, man, that's not looking good for Pittsburgh. It's not looking good. I hate to say this, as good as Seattle is, and I'll give them credit for that. I like Pete Carroll, but the problem with the Seahawks is they're starting to develop that Pittsburgh mentality where they start playing down to their competition. There's no way in hell they should have lost to the Giants. No way. There's just no way. And I know you guys are going to beat the Jets because the Jets are actually purposely losing, but still, there's no way you should have lost to There's no way you should have lost to the Giants. There's no way. I know that Colt McCoy was playing, but still, there's no way. That should have been a win with your eyes closed. Russell Wilson playing at 50% should have won that game, let alone at 100. It was inexcusable. I agree. I know it's any given Sunday, but you let Colt McCoy beat you. Now, I know Colt McCoy very well. Went to my school, University of Texas. I thought that guy's career was done. He's been floating all around the league. I thought he retired. Not when I heard he was starting, like, Colt McCoy? Is that what? Colt McCoy. I would have never imagined it. Oh, yeah. I also want to address the Paul George, $226 million, 4 years with the Clippers. What a joke. Seriously. Now, I understand from a Clippers standpoint, they're saying we want to lock our guy in because the NBA doesn't give a shit about us. So we want to lock in Kawhi Leonard, so we got to lock in Paul George, a guy that choke artist like him. Look, dude, Paul George is unpersonal. You're not worth that kind of money. And they're like, well, what about a sign and trade? Definitely not going to happen now. Who the hell's going to pick up that contract? That's worse than Russell Westbrook's. Why the hell would you give that guy 4 years, $226 million for a choke artist like him? And honestly, he's on a decline right now. I don't even know if he's going to give you the kind of stats that he gave 2-3 years ago. I see him on the decline. I don't see how he was worth that kind of money. But I think the only reason why the Clippers did that is because they want to build a super team there. So they hope by locking in Paul George, it'll lure in other marquee free agents in the years to come, like maybe Ante Makimbo or Makumbo when he's a free agent. Maybe he'll, like, Kawhi Leonard, him will say, hey, why don't you come over here? We're going to stop LeBron James. God damn it, he's a cheating son of a bitch. And very well so, they could do that. And, of course, we got to make L.A. great again because, of course, you can't do that with any other fucking city in the NBA. Because if you're not in Miami, like, let's go down to the beach. The water's warm, the water's cold, You don't go to L.A. or you don't go to Brooklyn, not New York, but Brooklyn, then nobody gives a shit where you go. That's just really that's what the NBA has become. It's just a 3-team lateral chase. Do you not see that? That's what they're building up right now. And then Boston, of course, is in the waiting because they'll probably build up something in Boston and Beantown. So I'm pretty sure that'll be the 4th super team, but I only see those 4 teams building super teams in the next 5 years. So I don't care anymore. I like the Rockets, John Wall and Cousins combination, but I see Cousins getting hurt again, or I see John Wall. I see something happening with one of them too. And honestly, I just think we're due for subpar season. I think maybe 40 wins, 39 wins, and 33 losses because it's 72 games. And that's what I see where the Rockets end up. And the Lakers will end up 60-12, 61-11, 62-10, somewhere around there, probably 63-9. And they will be the number 1 seed, and they will lock up everything, and they will win the whole damn thing. And then LeBron's going to be with 5 rings, and he's going to be like, I caught Kobe, I'm better than him. And then next year he'll tie Jordan. Oh, look, I tied Jordan. I don't want to hear about this chase and go shit. And then he'll win 70, be like, hey, look, I just tied Robert Horry. I'm better than Jordan. And then he'll win 8 and be like, I'm the greatest of all time. I'm the greatest. That's what it's going to be. And then, of course, AD's punk ass is just riding the coattails of LeBron James. Do you think LaMelo will be any good? Nah, he won't be in shit with the Hornets because of the fact that Jordan owns them, and Jordan's a terrible owner. And he'll screw it up. He'll screw it up. Jordan can't even own his way out of a paper bag. He can't even manage himself. He's a horrible manager. I hate to say it, Jordan, as good as a player he is, as a GM and owner, he's terrible, dude. I'm surprised he hasn't gotten fired yet with how bad he is. It's funny when you have other players that are talking shit about him. They're like, man, this guy makes terrible GM moves. He can't bring in anybody. Nobody wants to play for Michael Jordan. You know, it's like nobody cares that he's an owner. Like, you're like, oh man, I would love to have him watch me at a game. Like, nah, man, Jordan's a piece of shit, dude. He has a piece of shit personality, and people see right through him. And the thing about Michael Jordan is he still thinks he's playing in the league. Like, his ego makes him think he's still playing when he hadn't played since 04. You know? He would be better if he played in Boston or Toronto or something, a place that is good developing. Yeah, if it was a good developing team. I still truly think the Seahawks can run the table their last 4 games, possibly get the 2 seed. See, the thing is, man, I would like the Seahawks to win, but I think it's going to come down to Seattle, Packers, and New Orleans. And the thing with New Orleans is if Drew Brees doesn't come back, the Saints aren't winning in the playoffs. All this magical run they're having in the regular season, it will not translate to the playoffs without a quarterback, without a Drew Brees. It's not like Nick Foles, situation with Wentz is totally different. They don't even have like a legit quarterback. So when it comes down to the playoffs and they're actually going to read the game film on Tatum Hill and all that, and he runs like that Wildcat bullshit and the whole like pitching and secret plays, like, dude, they're going to read right through that crap in the playoffs because it's all about defense in the playoffs. So the Saints are going to, if they don't have Drew Brees, they're going to fold, dude. They need Drew Brees. The Saints have the best defense right now. Yeah, they do. The Washington football team's actually got a good defense too, believe it or not. I hope they win that division because I know they can't tie with the Giants. Oh man, it's football tomorrow and I work 1 to 10, so unfortunately I won't be able to watch my team play or whatever. Not that I really care. I'll check the highlights out, and I know Judah Tribe's over there with the Bears. I don't even know if he's even making Bears videos, and I kind of don't blame him. They lost like 6, 7 in a row. My team's out. I mean, we're just playing just for a bragging right game. People say, why don't you make hate week videos? I'm like, what's really the point? I'm like, Rocket season starting up, so I'm kind of excited a little bit about basketball and see where that goes. I hope the Rockets, man, that I hope that we can at least make the 6th seed with this roster. I think we can. I kind of like where our roster's at, dude. We actually have a decent roster, even if James Harden left. So we're actually not going to be as bad as I thought we were. Oh, everybody's leaving the stream now as I'm heading on 38 minutes. But anyways, I don't know if there's anything else in the Texans or Bears game. I think the Bears will end the losing streak. I think somehow the Texans will lose a close game to them. And I actually, in the Pick'em League, I picked the Bears to win. Because they got to end their losing streak sometime. And I think at this point we're already out. So it's just like everybody's just playing just for the hell of it. I think J.J. Watt, this will be his last year here. I think he's going to be gone. And it's good because I think J.J. Watt should go somewhere else to a contender, and I think he should try to win a Super Bowl. And plus, on the back end of his last year, he's due for like $17 million. So I don't think that the Texans should pay that kind of money to a guy that's probably not going to be here the following year. So I think it's just better for both parties if Watt just leaves next year. I think it's just better that way. And it's nothing personal. It's just business. I think just from a business standpoint, like, I think at this stage in his career at 31, 32, like J.J. Watt is phenomenal. I think he needs to like assert himself as like a 1 or 2 missing pieces that can make that team a Super Bowl contender. Hey, good night, living a balanced life. Are you coming to Phoenix with me? Wait. Let's see what she says. Brittany, you going to Phoenix with me? Let's see what she says. For 2 weeks. Okay, she got off. Hey, so Spider-Man, how do you like your job at Saltgrass Steakhouse, man? Brittany says yes. I'm sure Brittany would love to go if the cards were right. If given the opportunity, I'm pretty sure she would come with me for 2 weeks. She would go hiking in the canyon, hiking in the waterfalls. We go hiking in forest. And I'm actually, well, it won't be the summer, so it won't be cold, but it snows in some parts of Arizona. Like right now, it's in Flagstaff. It's like 19 degrees. Believe it or not, you know. Spider Man, you should come down, man. You should come to Phoenix with me, bro. We'll go stay with Cattle Dog for 2 weeks, rent free, bro. You should come with me. Speaking of which, Spider, if you're still listening, it'll be next year, next summer, and so that'll give you some time to request some time off. Saltgrass, I'm sure, will let you do it. They won't miss you. Speaking of which, Spider Man, we got to hang out sometime, bro. I don't know when you're available, but we should hang out sometime, man. I'm drinking some Diet Dr. Pepper. I deserve it, damn it. Like I said, it's going to be in the summertime of 2021. So if you want to go, man, you can ride with me. I'm riding my car, and I already got my I just need to get my tag situation done with my tag sticker. But other than that, I got new tires on my car, got a new battery, got a new air filter. So my engine's good, man. And I'm ready to go. I know, man. Come take a shot drive to Pearland. Say, hey, look, dude, I'm in Pearland all the time. How far do you live from Buffalo Wild Wings over there for Pearland Parkway in Cullen? Or not Cullen, it's it's in between, it's before Cullen, but how far do you live from the Buffalo Wild Wings? There. Waiting to see what he says. I'm off Monday and Tuesday, man. So it's literally like a couple of minutes away. Okay. Well, yeah, we got to get into something. I'm off Monday and I'm off Tuesday, so let me know what day you're free, man. And I'll be more than willing to. You know, Spider Man, I gotta tell you something, bro. Believe it or not, man, at my job, bro, we've been getting kind of busy lately, man. It's been like a lot of customers because we have like the what they call it, the holidays coming up and stuff. So like a lot of people are like shopping up there. I don't know how it is at Saltgrass Steakhouse, but yeah, we definitely got to hang out, man. Sometime, just if there's anybody living in Arizona, man, y'all ever want to meet up, man, let me know when I'm down there. I bet you a bunch of pretty girls work up there at Saltgrass. The girl waitresses, they make a shit ton of fucking money, dude, on tips. Like real talk, like when I was a waiter at Buffalo Wild Wings, like on a Friday and Saturday, you can make between like 160 and 190 on tips. And then your regular days is like Monday through Thursday. You could hustle probably about $60 to $90, like somewhere in that range. And that's your tips, like is your money, your cash plus your credit card tips. I'm like talking about both together. But the girls, man, the waitresses, the females, man, they make a shitload of money. Like they can make like 250, 300 easily on a Friday or Saturday. Like it's not even a thing to them. And for us guys, man, we got to sit there and hustle up tips and kiss a lot of ass. And it's just like, and sometimes you're like, you feel like a court gesture and you have to put on a show. And then they're like, here's $5. You're like, oh man, thank you. But like with the girls, man, you just got dudes handing them like $20 bill, $100 bills on like a $10 tab, $15 tab. trying to haul. I mean, it's because most of these guys are thirsty. I get it. Like middle-aged, thirsty-ass guys that are sitting there handing them money. But, man, for even like these average chicks that are waitresses, I'm talking about average in looks, like fat slob type of ones. They're making like way more in tips than I do. Like when I was at Buffalo's. I'm talking about one girl was about 300 pounds. I shit you fucking not. She was like the Goodyear blimp, like the actual Goodyear blimp. And she was making more. I looked better than her, but she was making more in tips than I was, bro. She pulled in like, I think when we did our taxes at the end of the year, she pulled in like $36,000, bro, in just cash tips. That's not including her credit. Her credit, that's probably another like 5. So the Goodyear blimp made 40 grand. I'm barely pulling in like 26 as a waiter. I'm like, bro, y'all motherfucking guys are so goddamn thirsty that y'all gave this beach whale more money than me. Like, how thirsty are you guys really are? Now I know why the females are the way they are towards us, because we just so goddamn thirsty. That's why they act the way they do. I was gonna go on a tangent on that, but I'm not gonna go any further. But yeah, as a female waitress, man, they hustle up tips better than we do, and the thing about it is they don't even have to put in a lot of work. Just crack a smile, lipstick, boom, got the tips rolling in. A little bit sweet talk a little these guys, and then tips come flying in. That's why I like being a woman sometimes has your advantages. So what do you do at Saltgrass? Are you a cook? Like, what is it you do at Saltgrass? I see 4 people are watching. I just don't know who it all is. I know Spider's one. I think Brittany got off. I don't know if Nate's still in here. It's mainly Expos. Oh, yeah. I did Expos too at Buffalo's. I'm not going to lie, man. Buffalo Wild Wings, in my opinion, now that I've eaten there for so long, and even though I eat there rarely, like, to me, their wings are overrated, in my opinion. I think they just make money off of the brand name Buffalo Wild Wings. But if you eat at a wing place like Bombshells or Pluckers, or they have a place called Brew Wings, and you got another one that Brew Wings bought out. It's called Big City Wings. Big City Wings. Big City Wings is really good, bro. In my opinion, I think Buffalo Wild Wings is overrated. I think the reason why is because, like, first of all, their tenders are not so tender. They're like rough. And I guess it just depends on the location you go to. But to me personally, I don't see the big hype in Buffalo Wild Wings. I think Pluckers is better in Bombshells. He said their food is better as of late, though. Well, yeah, I mean, they got like that new burger they have, and the fries are pretty good. And they got new sauces there. They got a pizza flavor one that I've been meaning to try that everybody's been telling me about, the pizza sauce. Don't get me wrong. The Buffalo Wild Wings sauces are good. It's just the wings itself are not really that good. Now, the bone-in wings are good, but the boneless wings are not really that good. It's just, to me, they're overrated. And I could tell over the years when I taste good quality wings, like good quality food, Buffalo Wild Wings to me is just overrated. And they're very high pricey on their alcohol. Now, I know Brandon Rodgers is a minor, but the thing is like, when you go drink alcohol, if you guys want to get like the best like deals, you go to Applebee's. Applebee's will literally give you like $1 margarita, $1.50 shots. You can have like $5 and have like 4 mixed drinks, dude. But if you go to Buffalo Wild Wings, everything's pricey, everything's expensive. Like $40 will get you like 4 mixed drinks at Buffalo's. It's like, it's really expensive, man. Like, just like a double, like if you get Grey Goose and orange juice in a double, it's like damn near $10, $11. That's like very expensive for even like a double of something can be like in the tens, like automatic, and that's like a tall boy. A beer is like $12. That's like stadium prices almost when you're going to like Toyota Center, or you're going like, that's basically what I pay those prices over there. It's like, why would I pay $12 for one beer at Toyota Center, let alone at Buffalo's? And that's what I'm saying. Like Buffalo Wild Wings, even like their happy hour for their drinks are shitty. Like they have like $1 off, like $2 off. It's like, dude. And like one time they had this deal going on where they're like, you get like, okay, you get a free drink, but you have to buy a burger, right? But when you look at the burgers were like, the cheapest burger was $13, like literally $13. And I'm like, what? So like, first of all, the burgers are like around like $9, and it comes with fries and a drink. Like, why would I pay $13 for a burger with no fries and no drink, and then you want to give me an alcoholic beverage? Aren't you basically adding? I'm basically paying for the cost of the beer anyway. Like basically the way y'all are advertising it. And they're like, well, not really, because if you would have bought the beer separate, it's like that. I'm like, yeah, but the thing is, the beer's like $11, $12, and then the burger, like if you bought like just a burger there, it's like $5, $6. I'm like, yeah, you're like saving a couple. I just didn't see like how you got a deal out of that. And the beer they gave you was a small glass. It was like this big. It wasn't even a tall boy. It was a small glass. And they let you keep the glass, but it was a small glass of beer. It was like, it wasn't even worth it to me. I thought it was just a bad business proposition, but most people thought it was cool, I guess, but I didn't like it. Oh, you're gonna be 21 in February, Spider. That's not bad, bro. Anyways, look, dude, since I've worked at Walmart, I'm not even gonna lie to you guys. I've gone from 265 pounds to 225 pounds, and I feel amazing. I feel great. Like, I feel like I'm in the best shape of my life. And even, look, man, I'm not trying to be no player or nothing like that. I don't want to like make it seem like I'm just like the best looking thing walking. There are a couple females hitting on me in my job, bro, already. Not that I've given them any play or anything like that, but it's more so on the confine of like, because I want to be professional, keep it like business. But one of my managers came up to me and was like, it was like we were talking, and he was like, "Yeah, old girl want to talk to you." I'm like, "Who?" And it's like this Hispanic girl, like that works in the front. She's like one of like the self-scan ladies. And she's probably maybe about 21, 22 years old, like somewhere around there. And he was like, yeah, she's been saying, why don't you come talk to her and stuff. And I thought he was like bullshitting about it. But when he told me this today, this was like his third time he's told me this in like 2 weeks. Like, she just said, I'm quiet. I don't say anything to none of the coworkers. Why don't I talk to her? And I'm like, first of all, I didn't even know you were interested in talking to me. And secondly, I'm like, I kind of have like my thing about fraternizing with people at my job, because like I'm always been afraid that the manager's watching, or somebody's gonna turn me in, or sexual harassment and all that shit, dude. That kind of stuff scares me, man. So like when I think about it, it kind of deters me from fraternizing with people. I just come there to do a work. I clock in. I do the task at hand that my job called me to do, and then when my shift's over, I clock out and I go home. I have some of my coworkers' numbers, but it's the guys I work with in my department, and I call them, say, when you coming in? Are you coming in this day? Okay, I'm coming in this day. What time you want to take your lunch? I'll take my lunch then. But other than that, we just keep it like that, But I've had like a couple of one girl, I think she was like maybe 19, 20. She was actually hitting on me the other day, and like every time she comes to the store, she hits on me. And she tells me, how beautiful eyes, and I'm real nice to her, because I help her like find stuff, and she's a college student, blah blah blah. And then the other girl, I think her name's like Brianna or something like that, and she works at the front, and she's been telling my manager, or like my department manager, she's been telling him, well, actually he's not a department manager, he's called a store lead, but I still consider him my department manager. And she basically, like, he's been telling me, hey, I say, like, that girl want to talk to you. I'm like, who? Oh, girl in the front, Brianna. She thinks you're cute. I'm like, oh, for real? Man, he's like, yeah, man. This is like the second or third time I told you, she's been asking about you, bro. Like, what's going on? And I'm just like, I have this, I have like a rule about hitting on my coworkers. Like, it's an ego of mine. I don't want to like get in a situation where like, people know your business up there, because like at work, people know your business, and like I don't want to like get involved. I don't want it to be like a speed dating love thing at work. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's not why y'all hired me. Y'all hired me to do a work. I'm getting paid, and I want to keep it like, I want to keep my eyes on the prize. Like, I have a job, I have a task at hand. Playtime's in another situation. Like, if I would have met her, like, let's say off a dating website or something, that'd be a whole different scenario. But this is like actually my workplace. So I'm like thinking outside the box, because this is the place where I make money, where I make my check. Well, it's my second job, but I don't know. I just don't want to get involved in that, man, because I'm just afraid, like, what if she starts telling everybody if something was to happen? Stuff like that, man. Like, it's just all that stuff thinks, because I know how people are. People, like, women gossip, like, they do that naturally. And it's like, I know if we did something or we started dating exclusively, then everybody knows my business. They're going to know if we fucking, they're going to know all that. And I'm just like, man, I don't want to, like, I don't want to get involved in that kind of shit, bro. But like, every time I come into work, Spider, like, real talk, she smiles at me. She, like, talks to me and stuff. We just have like casual conversation, and then I guess she went to my manager. She liked me and like wanted to talk to me or whatever. And like, one of the things I think she told me today was, she like, you lost some weight. I'm like, yeah, I did. I've been working, I work in the truck back there, so I've been just working. She's like, oh, you look a lot better. I'm like, oh, thank you. I just played nonchalant. And then I go to the back, and then the manager later told me, he was like, say, old girl, I want to talk to you. I'm like, oh, for real? And when I told him like why I was kind of weary about it, he said, I can kind of understand like your point of view, because what if things don't work out and it ends rocky, and then she starts spreading your business and shit like that? He said, I guess girl's hitting on me. See, but Spider, see, the thing is if it's not at your job, that's one thing. A dating website, you're out and about at a restaurant or something, and you happen to fraternize with people, and then it happens, that's one thing. But when it's at your place of work, red flags start to go off, man. Because sometimes you never know who has your back at work. Because like in every job I had, you deal with a lot of backstabbers at work. Like, people are always trying to step on you to move up in the company, and I've seen like that. Like, people do that to other people, even at Walmart. I've seen that happen. So like, I'm always thinking to myself, I don't want to involve myself and put myself in a situation like that. I would rather just be the guy that just clocks in, works, yes ma'am, no ma'am, clock out, go home. That's like been my motto since I landed the job at Walmart. Was just be professional and just do what you got to do to get in and get out. And it's just like, I just don't want to involve myself in that shit, bro. Because like, you can't date nobody at your job and it'd be a secret. There's just no way. It'd be impossible. Because then people are going to see y'all talking all the time. That's how the rumors start, all the gossip bullshit. And then all of a sudden, oh, well, I heard y'all were fucking this. Like, oh, God, and it gets to the point to where it's not even worth it, bro. Like, it's not worth all that bullshit. Now, believe it or not, there's this really cute couple that I envy. They come up, they work at Walmart. It's like they have like a little buddy system. So cute, little cute little couple. Well, it's a big, tall black guy, but he's kind of like light skinned, but he's got like a fro, like he kind of sticks out, and he's really, really tall. He's not really handsome at all, kind of a little ugly, but he's a cool guy. He's dating this short, little, puny little white girl, right? And they come into work like every day. They got a little buddy system. She's got her little backpack on. He's like sitting there walking and stuff. And every time I see them, bro, I'm like, that's just the cutest little couple ever. Well, big and little, because he's like big Frankenstein and she's like real short. And one time, bro, Spider, I ain't even supposed to be telling anybody this, but one time I was outside, right? And I was transferring a pallet of water over to the gas station because they told me, hey, you need to bring this pallet over there. They're out of water, out of the 40 packs. I'm like, okay, because they have like a little stand where they sell 40 pack of water. So I'm got the pallet jack and I'm moving the damn, pallet of water across the parking lot. Well, I happen to hit this little like corner in, right? And I see a car there, like a small car. And I see two people in it. So I didn't think nothing. So I'm like dragging the pallet. And as I'm creeping around, I went like that because I couldn't help but to see it. He's in the car and she's giving him a blowjob, bro. And when I saw that, bro, I was like, ooh, like I didn't say anything. I was like that real quick. And he looked at me. He saw me. He saw that I saw. And then she pulled up real quick. Like she kind of pulled up and just tried to play it off. And I was like, I just kind of looked away real quick to act like I wasn't staring, but I glanced, but kind of stared, but not really noticeable, but kind of noticeable. But I knew he knew that I seen her blowing him because when he got out the car later on that day, or when I saw him later on, he started smiling at me like a snicker, like, damn, you caught me, bro. You caught me. And I just didn't say anything. I looked at him and he looked at me. He was like, and I was like, I just looked away like that. Like, I saw it, bro. And that's how I knew from there, bro. She was giving him dome in the car. And they were in the very back of the store. Like the very back of the parking lot of the store is what I meant to say. When she was blowing him in the car. And I'm like, well, bro, if you're going to do that, at least you should have put some tint on your windows. That's just me personally. If you're going to be blowing old dude like that in the back of the parking lot, bro, you should at least put some tint. And I saw it, bro. I actually witnessed her blowing him. And he looked like he was enjoying it. And when he saw me, I guess he signaled or made a signal or something. Or went like that or something. And she pulled up. And she looked at me and I was like, I just looked away, like I just pretended like I didn't see it. And I think she thought I didn't see it, but I knew he knew because of the way he looked at me later on that day. He was like, man, that motherfucker Steve Rose, he saw me getting blowjob. And I was like, damn, bro. But see, the thing is, with that little cute couple, they were already dating before they both worked there at Walmart. Because I remember they were in the interview with me and they were both already a couple. So they already like knew each other prior to that job. So see, like in that case, I don't mind because they had already stepped in the situation. They were already together and they were already boyfriend and girlfriend. But at my job, I'm working there already, establishing myself, and I've already had some girls hit on me. I'm telling you, bro, I'm no lie. And again, I'm not even the type of guy to brag about this stuff. I'm just being honest. I probably had at least about 1, 2. There was a black girl. Her name was Coco. Used to hit on me all the time. She was a door greeter. Brianna. There's another girl that works there. I think her name is like Angie or something like that. And then there was another chick. There was a little Hispanic girl that works in the clothing section, and she used to flirt with me all the fucking time. And she was cute. She wasn't that bad. Believe it or not, she was kind of cute. But it's just, because think about it. If I would have smashed all 4 of them chicks, I basically would be Walmart, Pookie, and Ray Ray. And then they would say, oh, yeah, Steven's the work community dick. That's the guy at his job that just provides dick. He's not even he's not even serious about his work. He's not even serious about his place of business because he's treating it like it's some sort of like sex work environment. And I'm like, see, that's when you lose your professionalism in business, when you start fraternizing with your employees. And that's another reason why I don't, or I'm hesitant to engage with the women there. Plus, what if it doesn't work out and then they start spreading your business around? And it's just like, there's some guys that don't care. I do. I care about my reputation, man. Reputation goes a long way. And last thing you want is like your managers and all that knowing your business. And then, it's just what if things go wrong and then she turns you in? See, it's just better just to avoid all that bullshit. Just don't get involved. And then, I had one of my buddies like, well, you can always smash them like off the clock. And I'm like, well, I never said I was going to fuck them on the clock to begin with. I just said that even if I smashed them off the clock, like, I still go back to work with these people. And like, if it doesn't work out, then I'm going back to my workplace in an environment, in a situation where I feel uncomfortable. They feel uncomfortable. We don't want to be around each other. You see what I'm saying? And it creates this mystique in the air. And people start gossiping. They start doing all that bullshit. And that's when I just tell myself, you know what? I think it's just better if I just sit this one out. I just go to work and that's it. And ever since then, man, things have been very good for me. They've been very good for me. That I was able to ignore them and just go to work. And plus it creates like favoritism and stuff. And that's like a lot of reasons why companies prohibit like relationships, because it creates that thing like where you think it's like, oh, you're fucking the manager now, all of a sudden you got more hours this week, or oh, you're messing with the managers now, that I can see why you got your Saturdays off. And it's just like, it creates like this environment that's not good. So that's why I just say it's just better for me not to get involved. But I'm glad I lost the 40 pounds though, and people have noticed, and I'm happy. I'm in the best shape probably in my entire life. I'm caps 1, which is basically stocking, unloading trucks. But I also, when they need me, I work sometimes as cart pusher, sometimes I do maintenance work, but I mainly do the truck. So I'm what you would call like a floater. Basically, I just float around from department to department. But I was hired as an unloader from the trucks, and so 90% of my work is in the truck. Yeah. So I see we got 6 people watching me, man. Who else is in here besides Spider? I know it ain't just Spider. It's got to be Brandon Rodgers. Who are the other 4? Who are the other 4 watching me? Let me try to guess. I'm gonna say, well, it can't be Brittany because she's asleep. Nate St. John, are you still in here, bro? Let's see who else. I know it ain't Sports Live. Andrew DeFilippo, I don't know who that guy is. He's new. I know it's not Rad. Come on, who else is in here? We got 7 people in the chat room. Oh, Green Bay Chris, what's good, bro? That's what's good, man. But like I said, I've had about 3, like a Spider, bro. I get a lot of chicks hitting on me at my job, bro. Real talk. But again, I don't fraternize with females at my job because I just think it's unprofessional. And if I get mixed up in that bullshit, dude, next thing you know, they're telling the manager, hey, dude was trying to holler at me. I felt uncomfortable, aka sexual harassment. Where do you think that all comes from? Comes from that bullshit at your workplace, man. I've seen managers get fired for shit like that, bro. Oh, yeah. That's why, Andreas, you got to be very careful, bro, with your female coworkers, dude. You got to be very careful what you tell them, bro, because nowadays with cell phone footage and stuff, they recording shit. You never know what they're recording, bro, and they can edit it to where it makes you look like the aggressor. Now maybe I'm being like a conspiracy theorist, or like, I'm being like too overzealous, or too Yancey. But to be honest with you, bro, I don't fraternize with females at my job, bro. So I don't really trust too many of them. A lot of them are immature and goofy and shit like that, bro. So I try not to mess with them. But yeah, we definitely got to hang out, bro. And like I said, I'm going to Arizona next year, so I'll be there for 2 weeks. So I'm looking forward to that. But honestly, man, the NFC Championship game, to me, it looks like it's going to be Green Bay and Seattle. To me, that you think the Texans will beat the Bears? No. I think we're going to lose by like 3 points. I think the Bears are due for a win. They've lost like 6, 7 in a row. Like I said, the Texans right now are just playing for pride. They're playing for jobs. I think Romeo Crennel's already convinced me that he's capable of being a good head coach. I don't like our offensive coordinator too much, but, it is what it is. At this point, players are just playing for their jobs, player evaluation, coach evaluation, going into next year. Like I said, after this game, I would deactivate J.J. Watt, and I would deactivate Deshaun Watson just for preserving the health of the players. It's because at this point, it's pointless to try to, to run for a playoffs that you already know you're not going to make. So what would be the purpose? Like, as a business decision, it would make sense to deactivate these guys. Make sure they don't make sure they sit out and everything. Nah, you will beat the Cubs. I meant Bears. Oh, well, who's starting? Is it Trubisky or is it Nicholas Foles? Because Nick Foles has beaten us before. I think he's like 2-0 against us or 3-0 against us. So if it's a Nick Foles guy, that kind of scares me. But if it's Mitch Trubisky, we might have a chance to beat him. But I know Judah Tribe's already saying they're going to end the streak tomorrow against us. But I was like, dude, what's even like, bro? I'm like, we're both at the bottom. Like, what does it matter? Like, okay, you beat us, so what? Like, what? Okay, you beat us tomorrow. Like, what is that? Like, Judah Tribe, I hope you're watching, bro. Like, what is your, like, I heard you on a live stream, like, mention us, but, like, dude, look, what does your win again? Like, let's just assume you're correct and you beat us tomorrow. Like, what does that do for you, though? Like, what does it do? Nothing, bro. Like, you go 6-8, okay, whatever. You're in your little streak or whatever, or 6-7, or I think whatever it is y'all are. Okay, so you get your 6th win in like 8, like a 6-game losing streak comes in. Like, okay, but like, what does that do for you? Like, what happens after that? Because see, like, you're not going to make the playoffs, and like neither are we. Because they're like, oh, y'all ain't going nowhere. I already know that. I already know we're out. So beating us doesn't mean anything. Like, I don't really care. The season's over. I said this before, I'll say it again. It's player evaluation and coaching evaluation, bro. That's all it is. And I know you said that John Wall's trash. Maybe. We weren't expecting he'll hit a gold mine with John Wall. But I like our roster. I think our roster is winnable without Harden, maybe 37, 38 games. But like I said, I'm not expecting the Rockets to do too much this year anyway, because the Lakers are still going to win at the end of the day, so it doesn't really matter. Lakers are going to win the whole thing. LeBron James, they're going to say he's better than Jordan. By the time his career is over, he's going to have 8 or 9 rings. I already foresee it coming, and the Lakers will win the whole thing. So what does it really matter? Like, whatever the Rockets do is irrelevant, because the NBA is just, to me, is just one lopsided. 3 or 4 teams are good, and everybody else is just distant second or third. So whatever. No one really cares about that anyway. Lakers are going to win again and again and again and again. So it is what it is. Why even get mad? Like, oh, you're going to make a rant video about the Lakers rigging? No. The NBA logo is Jerry West. The Lakers, I mean, the owner has already, I mean, the commissioner's already said that the ratings have been down since the Lakers haven't been in the playoffs. We have to make the Lakers and Celtics great again. I mean, all this crap you're hearing from the commissioner himself, you can clearly tell he's a Lakers fan or a Celtics fan or whatever. And it's just like, you know what, dude, just do whatever you got to do. I don't care anymore. James Harden, I hate to say this, but you're not going to win a ring with us. Your best chance is to go somewhere else. And that's just me being realistic. I'm not taking the whole fan homer element out. Your best bet's to just go to Jersey or Brooklyn, I'm sorry, and go pair up with your buddies and do the banana boat thing over there. Because honestly, dude, that's the only way I can see you maybe winning one, because I just don't see it here. LeBron and them, they own the West right now. I just don't see anybody coming out of the West other than Lakers. I don't see nobody else contending with you. So, I mean, your best bet's just to go to the Nets, bro. You have to go to the Eastern Conference because I just don't see you coming out of the West. I mean, there's no way. Just being honest. So, like, I don't blame James Harden for wanting to leave. Oh, the Rockets haven't done anything. Okay, that's fine. But, I mean, go somewhere else. That's all I can tell you. If you want to talk to commissioner, you got to run through LeBron James first because apparently he owns the damn thing anyway. So, guy has a lot of freaking pull and shit. The NBA is rigged. I've already said that before, man. I mean, I've already gone on tons and tons of proof that the NBA is rigged and that they're rigging shit. LeBron James is behind all this crap. And that's why, like, it's whatever to me now. I don't care anymore. Okay, LeBron James is by the end of LeBron James's career, he's going to have 43,000 points. Father versus son against his son. He's going to have 8 to 9 NBA titles. He's going to have Space Jam 2 and 3 possibly. What else is he going to have? He's going to beat Vince Carter's record for the longest reign in the NBA. He's going to have 23, 24 years under his belt. He's going to surpass Vince Carter's record. Well, okay, Mr. Harris, to answer your question, with the Rockets' 2 rings, the only thing that they talk about, they never talk about the Rockets winning. What do they always say when the Rockets won? They're going to say, oh, they did it because Jordan didn't play. And I know Jordan played the following year or whatever, and they got swept by the Magic, and we played against a rookie Shaq. But they never legitimately gave the Rockets 2 titles. All they keep saying was, oh, because of this, that's the reason why Jordan retired. That's the reason why you guys won. So, I mean, other than the Jordan, taking off, which honestly, I do believe if Jordan would have stayed, we probably wouldn't have won the first time. Maybe the second, but not the first time. So, I mean, that's all they're going to say. Oh, Jordan didn't play. That's the reason why y'all won. Okay, whatever. So then those rings don't count then. So I don't care anymore because the NBA is rigged anyway. So whatever. So if Jordan would have stayed, then he would have had 8 or 9 rings, maybe even more, maybe 10. And when it's all said and done, LeBron's going to have 8 to 9 rings, and then he's going to say, I'm better than Jordan. I chased his pass. I chased the ghost of Jordan. I'm better than him. I'm better than him. And then the commissioner's going to come out and say, see, we told you LeBron James is better than Jordan because look at the ring count. That's what they're going to say. Look at the ring count. Look at the ring count. He's better than Jordan. And then they're going to say LeBron's better than Kobe because he's got more rings than Kobe. So they're going to say LeBron's the greatest of all time. That's the story that they're telling. Now, we may not agree with it, but that's the story that's going to be told. And then people are going to be debating it for forever. There'll just be like another thing, like who's the greatest of all time, and they'll just be saying, oh, it's possibly LeBron. Well, LeBron got more rings than Jordan. I'm a Mavericks fan. If the NBA was rigged, he wouldn't have won in 2011. That's proof. Okay. That was the greatest Cinderella story of all time, was when the Mavericks won. As personally, I think the Mavericks should have won in 2006. They should have won the 2006 finals. I think, as opposed to LeBron's not getting 8 or 9 rings. Stop it. What are you talking about, bro? Okay. Let me just put it like this. Who's going to beat the Lakers in a 7-game series in May, June, and July? Who's going to come out of the West? Because ain't nobody in the East beating him. So who's going to beat him in the West? Who? Denver? Clippers? No. With Paul George, the guy, the choke artist I just talked about earlier in the video, the choke artist that y'all gave $226 million to for 4 years? What? You gave that choke artist that kind of money? He's not even worth half of it, let alone the full amount. So it's not Denver, not the Clippers, and definitely not Dallas, not San Antonio. He has 4 rings. You're handing him 5 more right now. Come on, man. Okay, but see, this is the thing that I'm saying, though, is who's going to stop LeBron in the next 4 years, though, from getting those 8 rings? Who's going to stop him is what I'm saying. The only way I can see them, LeBron not getting that, is if he, God forbid, he gets injured or AD gets injured. I'm not wishing that upon him, but that scenario would have to play. Or James Harden has to go to the Nets and build a super team over there. Because Klay Thompson tore his Achilles. I thought Golden State was going to take the Lakers out next year. That doesn't seem like that's going to happen because Klay Thompson got hurt. And honestly, I think his career is done now. He has torn ACL, torn Achilles. Yeah, he's done. He's done. I feel bad for Klay Thompson, but yeah, he's done. So it'll be just Stephen Curry and Draymond Green in Golden State. That's not going to get them anywhere either. Curry's on the back end of his career too. He's getting up there in age. He's like 31, 32, somewhere around there. I don't see the Golden State being a threat. Clippers is the only viable, but they don't have Montrezl Harrell no more. And then they got, Paul George, like I said, he's a choke artist. I mean, just being honest, the Kings, oh God, don't even get me started with that one. Now, if LeBron James got traded to the Nuggets, I think the Nuggets might actually have a chance to beat them with Jokic and was it Jamal Murray? I think that's his name. Now, if those 3 pair up, they might beat LeBron and AD, maybe. Or if LeBron or if James Harden goes to Utah and pairs up with Mitchell and Gobert, maybe. Or if James Harden goes to Phoenix, which I don't know how that happened, but he would pair up with Devin Booker and Chris Paul and Ayton. Now that would be the big 4, and that might be the Lakers. But I still see a team in the West as of right now where it stands, unless James Harden pairs up with somebody in the West, like with the either Denver, Utah, or like Clippers or Phoenix, like he would have to go to a team that's already sort of somewhat built. He's got one missing guy. Then I don't see a team in the West beating them. It all depends on where Harden goes. It all depends on where he goes. I think Chris Paul going to the Suns is a good deal because I think the Phoenix Suns are going to be pretty good this year. And Devin Booker, Harden to Dallas. Oh, okay, that's a good one. He would be playing with Kristaps Porzingis and Luka. And I don't know exactly who else they have, but those are like the 2 big main pieces. But that could be possible. That could be the missing piece right there. The only thing about James Harden, I question is he doesn't make other players on his team better. And he's going to have to abandon ISO ball. I think James Harden, if he was to play more off the ball, I think he actually would be a lot better. But if he continues to play ISO ball and he continues to, try to bait the refs, I don't think anybody's going to be convinced to want to play with him unless he goes with KD and Kyrie. Because, well, KD's a snake in the grass and Kyrie's he gives up easily. And if James Harden goes over there, that would be like the perfect trio because all those egos would play together. And, that would be perfect for James Harden's ISO ball. like because they all play street basketball basically the way that Kyrie plays anyway. So that would fit right into that role. But if Harden wants to play off the ball, Denver, Utah, Clippers, Phoenix, and Dallas. Well, like I said, Paul George, I don't know how he got that deal. I don't know how you give that guy 226 million on 4 years. There's no way. The Clippers are stupid. They're a stupid organization. And they're desperate to bring players here or to the Clippers because they're running in the Lakers shadow. So they're like, well, we got to keep Kawhi Leonard happy, so we'll just throw the choke artist so much money. So now you can't even bring any other stars over there because you got a bad contract with Paul George. There's no way he deserved that kind of money. Not even close. I forgot D'Antoni is the Nets coaching staff. Ooh. Steve Nash, the head coach there, too. Harden wants to do the banana boat, but it has to be in the right place. If it's to the east, James Harden's best bet is to go to the Nets. And rumor has it, Anton McKimbo may go to Miami. So that would be a little rivalry there for years to come. Well, like I said, the NBA is just terrible at telling stories, and I already know my team is. I don't have any high expectations, but I actually like our lineup. We got some really good players. Now, I know we play the Bulls, so I don't want to just analyze our stats off the Bulls, but I thought John Wall and DeMarcus, and Cousins looked pretty good out there. Boogie Cousins. I'm actually going to get a Boogie Cousins jersey. And I'm going to get a John Wall jersey. And I might get a James Harden jersey if he stays. I'm going to get the all red and white ones for those three guys. So you guys will be seeing me wearing my Boogie Cousins Rockets jersey sometimes when I'm doing the games. So any upsets in the NFL tomorrow, Rick says. What did I pick for my upset? Did I pick any upsets? Shit, I got to go back and look at the games. Let me go look. What upsets do I have for NFL? I don't really see any upsets, any noticeable ones. Green Bay's beating Detroit. There's no question about that. I did pick the Rams to beat the Patriots, so I got a victory for that. I got Bucks to beat Minnesota because I think after Brady's got that bye, they're going to play pretty good. So I got the Bucks, and then Arizona at the Giants. I picked Giants to win at home on that one. Okay, you got Vikings to beat the Bucks. That's going to be a good game, though. That is really going to be a good game. I think if the Bucks lose this game tomorrow, I think there's a possibility they may miss the playoffs. I think the bye couldn't have came at a better time for the Bucks because they were falling off at 7-5. And I think if they win this game tomorrow against the Vikings, they go to 8-5 and they redeem themselves. But if they lose, you're looking at 7-6, and you're fighting with a bunch of teams for the last couple spots. I think it's a must-win for the Bucks tomorrow, and that's why I picked them. Arizona at the Giants, that was a tough one, but I actually picked the Giants I picked Arizona, and that's also a must-win. If Arizona loses, I don't think they'll make the playoffs. Kansas City at Miami, I like the Tua. I like the Dolphins, but I think Kansas City's just too good right now. I got the Chiefs. Titans and Jaguars. The Titans are going to win, but you guys are choke artists because you lost to the Browns. Sorry, I'm going to keep reminding you of that, by the way. And you allowed them to score 41 points. Cowboys at the Bengals, that's going to be a trash game, but Cowboys will win. So I can get my revenge in Lambeau. Oh, that would be nice. They said that I think the Bucks would play the Packers or something like that. Oh, no, the playoffs start today. Arizona goes to Green Bay. And that would actually be a rematch of when Green Bay lost, I think it was an overtime game to Arizona, a wild card game a long time ago. I think that was the year New Orleans went to the Super Bowl, if I'm correct. I think it was the 2009 season. Texans at Bears. I picked the Bears to win, so I give Judah Tribe his little little redemption or whatever, but I really don't care because like this win means absolutely nothing to either one of us. But I picked the Bears just for the unbiased pick. Broncos at Panthers. That's shit. They're both 4-8, and both of them are playing for pride. I think Denver doesn't have a quarterback, so I picked the Panthers. They're coming off a bye, so I'm gonna go with Teddy Bridgewater if he's playing. But either way, I got the Panthers regardless. 0-12 Jets at the Seahawks 8-4. Seattle. But again, Brandon Rodgers, nothing personal, dude. I just don't know how you guys lost the Giants. I just don't. I get it. Only 4 people picked the Giants in the tournament pick'em league out of 135, which 4 people picked the Giants, and they were all Giants fans. Go figure. And they won the freaking game. I just don't. I don't know how that happened. Colts at the Raiders. I think it's a must win for the Raiders. I really do. I think the Raiders are fighting for one of those last wild card spots. I think they're like number 8 right now. And I'm going to go ahead and go with the Raiders to win that one. And plus, I hate the Colts with a passion. Washington football team at the Niners, both 5-7. I like Nick Mullins. But you guys are playing in Arizona. I think y'all got kicked out of the state of Cali. I think that's kind of funny. And the Washington football team, they got Alex Smith, and Alex Smith don't look too bad. Old man Alex Smith, 15, or I think he's on his 17th year. Can you believe that? I'm gonna go with I'm gonna go with the football team. Let's see, Saints at the Eagles. Jalen Hurns is starting from Oklahoma. Playing against the 10-2 Saints with Tatum Hill. Like I said, the Saints are going to be a good regular season team with Tatum Hill, and I think it'll be a fun little, exciting little wildcat stuff to see. But when he goes to the playoffs and teams watch the footage and read him, you're going to see why they're going to need Breeze. I think Breeze will be ready for the playoffs. I think like that whole punctured lung crap, I think he'll be ready for the postseason by the time it comes around. So I got New Orleans to win regardless. These Eagles are just that bad regardless, you know. Atlanta at the Chargers, both of the chokers. You got one of them named Matt Ryan, and you got the other one named the LA Chargers organization who chokes, leads away. Both of these guys do it. So one of them is going to choke to the other one. So whoever has the big lead on the other is going to choke to the other. Well, I'd have a funny feeling this game ends in a tie. But I'm just going to go with experience. So I got Matty Ice. Let's see. He said it was 2015 year the Panthers went to Super Bowl. Oh, okay, Harris. That was okay. That's what it was that year. Green Bay 3. Aaron Rodgers is looking pretty good. They say he had like 20, or he's on the verge of having like 40 touchdowns or something. Or he's almost at the 40 touchdown mark for the season or something like that. Maybe I'm miscalculating it, but they go to Detroit where they just fired Matt Patricia, you know, the pin in the ear guy, and they got the offensive coordinator from Seattle who called for that pass when it should have been a run. He's now the head coach of Lions, and I know they beat the Bears, so. But Lions fans, I'm sorry. Everything King. I watch your videos, bro, and I know you watch my live streams, but I'm not trying to be mean, bro, but you're not winning that game, bro. You might want to just stick with the Detroit Pistons for now. By the way, you guys got Trevor Ariza, Derrick Rose, and I heard y'all signed, what's his name? Y'all re-signed Andre Drummond? No, y'all didn't re-sign him. Y'all got, what's his name? Blake Griffin. So that ought to be a nice little interesting lineup with Trevor Ariza at small forward and Derrick Rose at the point guard and Blake Griffin returning. I think that might be a little something right there, man. I kind of like that little lineup right there y'all got. It might get you the A seed in the East, you know. All right. Pittsburgh at Buffalo. I hate to say this, but Buffalo's going to win. They're going to win that game. And Pittsburgh, you should have never lost to the Redskins, well, the Washington football team, because now you put yourself in a position to where the Browns could take the AFC North. That could bump you down to 5, and the Browns could possibly take the number 2 seed later on in the year in Week 17. And I think that might happen. So I got the Bills to win this game. Steelers, sorry, you're going to lose the second one, bro. And Baltimore at Cleveland, the Monday Night Football game. This one's a tough one, man, because Baltimore redeemed themselves with that victory against the Cowboys. I know it's not really much, and the Browns are 9-3, but their wins are really not that impressive until they beat the Titans. Now, that was when they stopped Derrick Henry and they shut the run down and they forced Tannehill's little bitch ass to throw the ball. They realized, wait a minute, Ravens are a run first team. If we can shut down that run and you got to force Lamar Jackson to throw the ball a lot, the Browns actually might win this game. And I think, well, let me see, who did I pick for that game? Actually, I picked the Ravens. I picked the Ravens to redeem themselves because I think, like, matchup-wise, they're going to cause Browns a lot of matchups problems. And the Browns in their division, other than the Bengals, they don't play well against the Ravens and the Steelers. So I got the Ravens to win just based on that note. But if the Browns do win and the Steelers lose, the Browns could take the number 2 seed in Week 17. Imagine that. But I still think at the end of the day, the Chiefs are winning the whole thing. I think the NFL is going to build up a new dynasty in Kansas City. And I think Patrick Mahomes is going to have 3 to 4 rings in his era. I think that he's that good of a quarterback, and he doesn't have to have a whole talented defense either. I mean, the guy's explosive on the offensive end, and as long as he's got Tyreek Hill and Travis Kelce, he's got weapons like that. Man, it's gonna be tough to beat that team in the playoffs. I just think that Kansas City, from a mental standpoint, has got I think the only team that can beat the Chiefs in the playoffs is the Packers, because I think it's going to come down to experience. So Aaron Rodgers is the only guy, I think, from a mental standpoint, that can beat Patrick Mahomes. If the Packers don't reach but the Packers have to reach Super Bowl for that to happen, then I can see that. But if it's like Drew Brees or maybe Russell Wilson, maybe, but even then, I still think the Packers are the only team that can beat the Chiefs. But the Packers have to make the Super Bowl on the NFC side. And honestly, I think Green Bay doesn't play too well on the road. I think they need to find a way to somehow to lock up home field. I think if they do, they may have a really good chance to beat the Chiefs. Rodgers has 38 touchdowns, most in the NFL. Tavon Austin will be more. And yeah. Oh, I like Tavon Austin. Rodgers, 38 touchdowns. That means with 4 games left, he's on pace for what? Let's say hypothetically 55, 60 touchdowns maybe? Possibly. Well, no, 60 may be pushing it because that's 22 touchdowns. I mean, he could do that if he throws for 4. The Lions right there, that's 6, maybe 5 or 6. And then I don't know who's left on y'all's schedule, but if you play the Bears, then I think I'll beat the Vikings twice, I think, if I'm correct. But I think I'll play the Bears again. I may be wrong, but I know whoever y'all play again, I think Aaron Rodgers should at least get 50. I think 50 is reasonable. That's a reasonable number for Aaron Rodgers. I believe 3 or 4 game lead in my division. I think I will make a deep run in the playoffs. I like my pick on this season. Yeah. Like I said, it's still a long ways to go. We got 4 weeks to go. Like I said, I'll be at work tomorrow, so I won't be able to watch the Texans football. The guys in the back are all fans of different teams and shit, so they watch all their teams. And I think out of 20 guys in my department that work in the back, only 3 of them are Texans fans. The rest of them are fans of other teams. We got a Packers fan back there. We got an Eagles fan. 2 Cowboys are fans of the Texans. None of them. Okay, it says something about my stream needed to be reconnected. Let me see if it did that again. Let me see. It said my stream was cutting out. Oh, the only playoff team we play on our schedule is the Tennessee Titans. Oh, okay. Well, yeah, but who do y'all play? who do y'all play like for the after Detroit though? Like who are your other two opponents? I know we still got to play the Colts once. I know that. And then I think we play the Titans again. And I think we play the Bangles, if I'm correct, because I don't think we played the Bengals. Athletic Dashy wants to do a bet for that. Speaking of which, I still got to pay another bet. I still got to pay my other bet that I never paid yet, which I told him, the Vikings fan, that I was going to get to that. I said that I was supposed to do that fucking drag bet that I haven't done yet. I'll get to that. I told him that I will promise him I'll get to that. Oh, what's up, Art? Art, you old Beckett, bro. What's good, man? What's going on? Damn, it's already 12:35 a.m. I thought it was like 1 or 2 in the morning. The way I was talking, I'm already going on damn 2 hours on this stream. I'll probably stay on for another 10 minutes and then I'll shut it down. You know, like I said, I'm going to Arizona, bro. I'll be there for 2 weeks next summer. Lions today, then the Panthers, Titans, and at Bears. Okay, so y'all beating the Lions, y'all beating the Panthers. The Titans the only one. Y'all win at Chicago, so that's at least 3. So that's what, 12-3. I think y'all beat the Titans too. Those guys are choke artists. They choked against the Browns. Now you're gonna say, well, the Browns beat y'all. Yeah, of course they did. And a lot of that partly had to do with Romeo Crennel leaving points on the board, making us play in catch-up time, forcing Deshaun Watson to have to throw 40 times in the second half and only run the ball like 6 or 7. Dude, no wonder why we couldn't get any points. But the Browns only scored 17 on us. They scored 41 on your supposed superior defense y'all claim y'all have over there. Still can't get over that one. And they shut down Derrick Henry. So Titan-tards, I try to explain this to you, and I try to explain it to Colt-tards too. Your guys are not winning the Super Bowl. Like, it's not happening, bro. You're not coming out of the AFC. The only way that one of you wins is that y'all win the first round against each other. If y'all pair up against each other, which that's possible. But whoever wins, the loser's going to lose the following week. So it don't matter. So like, I try to tell you guys that. Like, I told the Colts, are like, yeah, we beat you. I'm like, okay, yeah, you did, but what are you going to do with it? If you don't win a Super Bowl, then it doesn't matter. So what are you going to do with this victory that you beat us? Nothing. Same thing with Titan-tards. You know, they keep saying King Henry, King Henry. No one's going to stop that run game. Okay. And it's the same thing I tell them. Okay, so what are you going to do with that, though? Like, if King Henry is unstoppable and you're claiming that no one's going to stop him from running in the playoffs, okay, well, the Browns did it. So what makes you think the other teams aren't going to read game film on that? So what plans does Ryan Tannehill have outside of King Henry? And again, you can say King Henry all you want, but King Henry ain't got the bling. He's got to have a ring. So if you ain't got a Super Bowl with all that talk, with all that shit y'all are talking with King Henry, then it doesn't matter. At the end of the day, it doesn't matter. You're right in the same boat with us. I don't see us losing another regular season game. 13-3 sounds about right. I just laugh at Titan-tards fans and the Jag-tards. They're the new Browns of the NFL. I just feel sorry for those guys. I really do. Because it's like when we play them, it's just 2 easy wins. This is like we just slap them around. You know, even if we're 2-14, we'll just slap them around for those 2 games, and that's just 2 wins for us. Even at our worst, we're still better than them. So Jag-tards fans, you guys are tanking for Trevor Lawrence as well, just like the Jets are. And I actually think you guys should get Trevor Lawrence. I actually think he would fit better in Jacksonville. And then I think Fields would do better with the Jets. That's just my personal opinion. But Gardner Minshew allegedly said he was begging the coach to let him play, and he's like, "No, we're not gonna let you play, man. We're gonna stick it out with this guy." And it's like, so you basically got your potential quarterback that you guys put on a pedestal that y'all claim was supposed to be the next best thing, and you have your alleged great quarterback that y'all proclaim is begging to play. It's like, dude, that just goes to tell you Doug Marone's an idiot. But I mean, even if Gardner Minshew played, it didn't really matter anyway. So why play him now when the season's already over? I mean, you guys are like 1-11, about to go 1-12. The Titans are going to need a free win on you. So your best bet's just to tank, man. I'm not all for tanking unless you don't have a quarterback. It's like if the Packers started 0-6 and they're like, tank. Let's say Aaron Rodgers having a bad year. That doesn't even sound right. Like even at 0-6, like that doesn't sound right to tank with Aaron Rodgers. I'm thinking, man, you better win these next 6 games. You're gonna freaking lose and sit there and tell me, oh, we're gonna tank with Aaron Rodgers. Like, no, because like you don't tank with a franchise quarterback. You tank when you don't have a franchise quarterback and you see one in the draft that you could potentially get. Is Trevor Lawrence the guy? Maybe. In Jacksonville, I don't think with the Jets. But I think if Trevor Lawrence is threatening, he's saying he's going to stay in college another year, then go to the Jets. That means Fields is going to have to go to the Jets then. And I don't know what quarterbacks after that. And like I said, we're not playing for a draft pick anyway because I think the Dolphins got our pick, so they want us to keep losing so that the Dolphins can get a top 5 pick. But that's why I want the Texans to win at least another game or two so that they could get in the top like 12 or 13 to screw the Dolphins out, just to stick it to them. Because like I said, I don't think we have a first or second round draft pick. I think we have a third round draft pick if I'm correct. We're screwed. Trevor Lawrence goes to the Jaguars, they could win the AFC South. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. If the Jaguars were smart, they need to find a way to lose and then have the Jets win. I don't know how that tiebreaker works, but if the Jaguars can get the number 1 pick, they should draft Trevor Lawrence. I think Trevor Lawrence actually would do better there, not with the Jets. That's just my personal opinion. I think the Jaguars need, because I think with the weapons they have there, like especially I like the guy they got from the Longhorns. What was his name? Colin Johnson, who was actually scored like 2 or 3 touchdowns this year for Jaguars. He's pretty decent. And I know they don't got Leonard Fournette. I know they don't got Ngakoue, but again, I think if you have like Trevor Lawrence at quarterback, I think in the system what Jacksonville's running, which is I think he's a good game managing quarterback. So I think it would be a perfect scenario for Jacksonville to see what sort of attributes or assets that he can bring. I think it would be perfect to put him in that situation and then have Gardner Minshew back up or Minshew Mania or whatever. Honestly, I think that Minshew Mania is overrated. That's just personally me. I don't think he's really that good. I think if you put him in a lineup with Chad Henne, I couldn't tell the difference between the two. I think he's terrible. He's terrible. That's just my opinion. I don't want to say he's terrible. I just don't think he's that good. But then again, any quarterback the Jaguars bring in the lineup, they swear to God he's good. They said the same thing about Blaine Gabbert, which I was high on him when he came from Missouri. Thought he was going to be a stud, but didn't work out. And they had like 50,000 other quarterbacks, and none of them panned out. In fact, the best 2 I could say they've ever had was Mark Brunell, Brian Leftwich, and what's that other one? Byron Leftwich, Mark Brunell, and they had David Garrard. I like David Garrard. I was always a fan of him. In fact, Jacksonville did beat us in a Hail Mary back in like 2008. I'll never forget that. Or it was 2008, 2009 season, and Glover Quinn tipped it in pass into Williams' hands, and they beat us. That was like the 7th Hail Mary in NFL history. God, I'll still never get over that one. Even though like Glover Quinn didn't work out, like he's a very good business guy. They said that he lives off of like 60% of his NFL salary, and the other like 40% he owns like a business on the side. So like for Glover Quinn, like, hey, and he even wrote a book on it too. And I was like, man, that's pretty cool. Like the guy is a brilliant businessman, because like too many NFL players, they go broke, they just blow all their money off. But like a guy like Glover Quinn, like actually owns like a side business. So he only spends like 60% of his NFL earnings a year. And I said, that's kind of smart, you know? Jaguars second round pick, Leveski Chanat is from Houston. Oh, okay. Oh, who started for the Panthers? PJ Walker. He used to play for our Houston Roughnecks, the XFL team Vince McMahon had. The kid was not that bad. So he may pan out. He may pan out for the Panthers because I know Teddy Bridgewater, or under the Bridgewater's hurt. So yeah, I'm just waiting for I'm just waiting for the NFL playoffs, man. I'm just really excited about NFL. But yeah, I'm going to Arizona next year, dude. I can't wait. And don't worry, what's your name? Eminem Beast. I think I saw you in the comment section later. Dude, I promise you, I'm gonna pay your drag bet, bro. I'm gonna pay it. Like, at least give me till before Christmas or like a little after Christmas. I promise you I'll pay your drag bet, bro. I'm not gonna weasel out. I pay all my bets, bro. So that one for sure, I got you, bro. But I just gotta take time to fucking get everything, outfit and everything. So it's just, I know it was a late bet, but still, I'm like, yeah, Spider was that loss to the Vikings, remember? That was in week 4. I kept putting it off, and he was like, hey, so when you gonna pay that bet? I'm like, I'm gonna pay it, bro. I mean, like the second fucking drag bet I've ever done. The first one was to the Panthers. But that was really just a wig and lipstick. This one is actually like the full-fledged outfit. So, I mean, I got to do what I got to do, man. Oh, yeah, that was Bill O'Brien's last game. They're right. Honestly, dude, I think that, again, a lot of people criticize me for saying that we should never fire Bill O'Brien. My question is like, why would you allow him to coach into the regular season if you were just going to fire him 4 games into it? And I think based on that is very unprofessional. So like, okay, you fire him. We're 5-8. Sure, we've gone 5-4 since he got fired under Romeo Crennel. But my opinion is like we weren't going to make the playoffs anyway. So why would you fire him? Like you fired him in a hopes that you would turn his season around. And I looked at it. I didn't see that, and I knew this it wasn't going to happen. I knew we were still on pace for a 9 or 10 loss season. Or maybe even more. But, they were just, I think that Mr. McNair's son, because, Bob McNair passed away. It was his son, I think, Robert McNair or Cal McNair. I think that's his son's name that runs the team now. I think his son overreacted to a bunch of fans that were like all pissed off about 0-4 start. Oh, fire this guy, fire that guy. I'm going to fire him. So they just overreacted to a bunch of emotional fans, and you just fire the man like 4 games into the year, bro. If you were feeling some type of way about his coaching, why you just didn't fire him after the Chiefs game? I mean, if that's the case, if you really feel he's just a disastrous head coach. I mean, he's above average. His record speaks for itself, but I mean, did you really think that Bill O'Brien was going to win us the Super Bowl going into his 7th year of the NFL season? And possibly having to rebuild the following year. You knew after 9 years, and Spider's no secret. Like Bill O'Brien was supposed to be with us for another 3 years, or I think he had 9 years. He was on his 7th of 9 years, so he would have had 2 more years. We knew at this point he wasn't going to win a Super Bowl. Like if we're rebuilding next year, then we're going to have to go with a whole new regime. The minute you say rebuild, you got to get rid of that coach. 7 years, another rebuild. No thanks. If we're gonna rebuild, we're gonna do it the right way. It's gonna be under a new system, a new coach. JJ had a heated argument with O'Brien, and there's rumors he had a lot to do with his firing. Yeah. And I know Bill O'Brien didn't like, what's his name either. He didn't like DeAndre Hopkins. Oh, check this out. I want to give you guys an update on D-Hop. Remember all that bullshit y'all always telling me about how D-Hop's a good guy and stuff? Check this out. Cattle Dog told me on Arizona Sports Talk that D-Hop only wants to practice 1 day out of the week. That's the same problems we were having with him when he was here. Not showing up to practice, having problems with the front office, wanting a raise, wanting all these ridiculous incentives, making demands, turning into Terrell Owens, basically. What did I tell you? And he's doing it in Arizona. He's only showing up once a week to practice. And Kyler Murray is now complaining about it and saying that he can't work him into the offense because he's not showing up to practice. Remember all that shit y'all were telling me about D-Hop when I overreacted about saying he deserved to leave? Now he's Arizona's problem, and now Arizona can deal with him. If he only wants to show up to practice once a week, I mean, dude, come on. And you want to win a Super Bowl? And this is supposedly Larry Fitzgerald's last year. And now Fitzgerald is pissed off because he's probably going to they said that I think Cattle Dog told me this yesterday. We had a big conversation about Fitzgerald yesterday. And allegedly he didn't seem too happy about his situation in Arizona. So he's thinking that this may be his last year in the NFL. 17 years in the league makes sense. But D-Hop's only showing up once a week to practice, bro. And you got a young quarterback, a new system in place, and you only show up once a week to practice. So that goes to tell me that the Texans did the right thing by letting him go. Because these are the problems we were going to have with this guy. This guy was already creating problems in the locker room, bringing all of his baby mamas, all of the 6, 7 baby mamas from housewives in the locker room, causing drama, coming late to practice, not showing up to team meetings. Dude, even Deshaun Watson called him out. So it's like, bro, it's as good as you are as a wide receiver. I'll give you that. You're a talented wide receiver. You're like basically like Odell Beckham in a sense. Like you and him are great, talented receivers. But when you're a head case like that, it's just better to part ways with them. Like Ron Artest. I told you Ron Artest was a good player. Always was a good player. I never had a problem with Ron Artest. But the problem is with him, he's a loose cannon. So he just goes rogue and just does his own thing. So you're just like, when it comes to players like that, as talented as they are, but their head's just not in it, you have to just let them go. Because then it spreads around the locker room and it creates drama, all this unnecessary drama, and it takes you off the task at hand. The task at hand is to win the ultimate prize. That's to win the championship. And when you got a guy that's doing this crap that he's doing, these antics that he's doing, you have to tell yourself, it's time to just let this guy go. You have to let him go. You have to trade him. Think about it. Let's put it like this. Would Terrell Owens last in Green Bay? No. Do you think Green Bay or Aaron Rodgers would put up with that crap? No. Because dude, there's no way. So I'm not we're not an organization to win the Super Bowls, but you have to be smart about it. DeAndre Hopkins, okay, you're causing all these problems. If he was in Green Bay, they would cut him or trade him. So from a business decision, the Texans made the biggest move. They made it. Well, our biggest mistake was not getting a first-round draft pick. But, for each their own. We got David Johnson. He's an okay running back. A second-round conditional draft pick, I think, for the following year. I mean, it's okay, but DeAndre Hopkins was just becoming too much of a problem. And it was just time to let him go. It was. His time was way overdue. When you start cussing out the front office and stuff, and you're making demands, and you're not even showing up to practice, and you're coming late, and you got a bad attitude, dude, you got to go, man. You got to bounce. It's not worth it. It's not. Terrell Owens did the same shit in Philly. Look where that ended up. He ended up leaving, and nobody wants to put up with that crap, dude. You know, it's like at Walmart. You know, we have some good employees that are like really good. Some of them are like a head case and stuff, and then they just end up terminating those guys because it's just like, as talented as you are and as much as we need you, but you come late, you leave early, and then you have a bad attitude and stuff. It's just like, just leave, dude. Part ways, go find another job. I think AB is more of a mess and the most accomplished wide receiver in the league. Oh, wait, are you talking about wait, you talking about Antonio Brown? Well, what has Tom Brady done with him though? Has he done anything with him? I mean, Antonio Brown's kind of been just disappeared in the offense, right? I don't know. I think Antonio Brown is as good as he is too. He's a head case, dude. He's a head case. There's no way in Houston you'll last like that. Like even with Boogie Cousins, if he gets a bad attitude, he's gone. I don't see him lasting. If he falls off 1 year, 5 year minimum veteran, if he talks a lot of crap, he causes problems, he's on a short leash. So any problems with him, he's gone. He won't make it. Brady begged Arians for him to come. Oh, I bet. If Antonio Brown screws up in Tampa Bay, because allegedly he's staying at Brady's house, I heard. If he screws up there, I think he's done. I think he's on his last limb in the NFL. And I heard that Dez Bryant retired or was pissed off because they yanked him from a game because they said he had COVID, which is kind of fucked up because I don't think he had it. But I think, honestly, I think a Dez Bryant is also another head case, too. And I think they just got tired of him, dude. I'm telling you, man, your mouth cashes checks. Your mouth writes checks, your ass can't cash, man. When you start doing that kind of crap, bro, at your job, it's just a matter of time before they let you go, bro. Because they're going to say, hey, as talented as you are, man, you're just too much drama, man. It's like having a girlfriend. And as fine as she is, she may be good in the bedroom and everything. But every time you call her, it's always nagging and negative bullshit. You're going to say, you know what? As good as you are, as fine as you are, I'm going to have to fucking cut the cord. Because it's just not worth it, man. So from a business decision or business aspect, we had to get rid of D-Hop. It was almost inevitable. And like I think it was like into the training camp, he didn't even show up. So this was like, dude, at that point, you just had to let the man go. Brady begged for Arians for him to. Oh yeah, he did. Brady's his only friend, and once you screw that up, that's a wrap. Damn, I can't believe it's been 2 hours and 3 minutes. Who else is in the chat room, man? I know it's a Spider-Man comment. I don't even know if Harris is still in here, but okay, I'm gonna call a wild prediction. I think, and this is just crazy as it sounds, I think Green Bay comes out of the NFC this year. I think so. I think Seattle kind of blew it when they lost that Giants game. I got the Packers getting the number 2 seed. And if Breeze does not play, I think they get eliminated in the second round. I think Green Bay, I think Aaron Rodgers from a mental standpoint has it. I think he has what it takes to get Super Bowl this year. And I think you're looking at Green Bay versus Kansas City. That to me, that's what it looks like. And if that's the case, Green Bay has a chance to beat them. But like I said, it's just a long shot, man. Damn, I can't believe it started at 1 a.m. Shit, man. Oh, Lord have mercy. I need a vacation. We all need a vacation. All of us that are watching, we all deserve a vacation, bro. Okay, anybody who's in the chat room, answer me this. Answer me this. Name me one team that's going to beat the Lakers in the playoffs. I'm sorry, I'm still on that, dude. Name me one team in the playoffs that's going to beat the Lakers in a 7-game series. One team at this current juncture with the rosters in place. Who's going to beat the Lakers in a 7-game series? LeBron, AD, Kyle Kuzma, Caldwell Pope, Karasico, Marc Gasol, Dennis Schroeder. Who's going to beat them, bro? If the Nuggets had one more big piece, they could. I don't see anybody. The only way that LeBron loses is it depends on where James Harden goes. James Harden would have to pair up with the big three somewhere. Like he has to go to be a third piece somewhere. And I just named Utah, Phoenix, Dallas, Denver. You know, I'm missing anybody, and Clippers. That's for the West. But for the East, his only option, other than Miami, maybe, is the Nets. Because I just don't see any other team. I'm telling you, man, I just don't see anybody else beating the Lakers this year. I think the Lakers I think they're going to win the whole thing. LeBron will get 5 rings this year. This will be his 5th one. And like I said, I'm a LeBron hater, but I just have to be realistic. I think the Lakers are going to win, man. I think there's going to be anybody who's going to beat them. And for the Eastern Conference, could it be the Miami Heat? Could they come back out of it? Maybe. It depends on how the Nets do. If KD and Kyrie's fully healthy, then I think that they may give them a run for their money. And that's possibly the Eastern Conference Finals. It's kind of funny how you can predict the West and Eastern Conference Finals, and the season hasn't even started yet. Who do the Lakers face in the Eastern Conference Finals? I'll go on a limb. I'll say it'll be the Clippers, and then the Lakers are going to squash them. It's going to be like 4-1, like a gentleman's sweep, some shit like that. Rockets, I say they'll get to the first round. I think with this roster, I don't have a high expectation. I'll say the 7th seed, and they'll lose in the first round. You know, I think it'll be like 4-2, 4-1, something like that. But I think even if James Harden stays, I think this is his last year here. I think regardless if we trade James Harden or not, I think this will be his last year here in Houston. Regardless. If he doesn't get traded, I see him giving it one more run, and that's with Wall and Boogie. And Boogie Cousins. But if he doesn't, and I think that'll be his last go. And then after that, he's going to say, fuck it, I'm going into the Nets. Trade me. All right, guys. Well, I'm glad you guys watched this. I mean, I'm already on 2 hours and 9 minutes. I'm fucking tired, man. My eyes are already getting heavy. They're turning red right now. I appreciate you guys watching my stream, man. You know, I'll probably be doing more streaming. I'm going to do more vlogging, actually, too, on this stream. So if you guys, ever want to watch me in the future, like I said, YouTube gave me a strike a week ago, so I had to sit out for 7 days. And it was kind of a blessing because that way I could just kind of just chill and do my own thing and, kind of reflect and all that. I'm off Monday and Tuesday, so Spider, if you're watching still, bro, let me know if you want to hang out, bro. I'm free on Monday and Tuesday, bro. I'm off, so hopefully I just see maybe meet some of you guys here in Houston, man. Let me know what's up, hang out, have a beer or something, smoke if you got them, or if not, we could just hang out. Like we ain't got to do either one of the two. We could just chill. It don't matter to me. All right, well, shit, man. I guess I'm heading out of here, man. You guys, whoever the 7 people were watching, man. I know Spiders won. Don't know who the other 6 are, but you guys take care. All right, peace.